Welcome to an almost spoiler-free review of Wolves on the Border by Robert N. Charrette. The book is essentially about the employment of Wolves Dragoons by the Draconis Combine, a contract that lasted from 3023 to 3028. Although the very last chapter plays on Terra during a certain wedding reception on August 27, 3028. You know what I'm talking about. And as the name suggests, the story is mainly about the Draconis Combine. Yeah, it's usually called the first Wolves Dragoons novel, but that's not correct. They have more secondary role. They're the object of the story, not the subject. The main protagonist is Minobu Tetsuhara, a samurai of House Kurita and a very strict follower of a Bushido code, who was the first liaison officer between the Combine and Wolves Dragoons. And in this situation, he was able to get an insight into this mercenary unit and personally befriend the leader, Jamie Wolf. And we essentially, over the course of 5 years, follow his actions, the changes in the situation between the Combine and the Dragoons, and we see the events unfold until they reach their terrible climax. Although, I have to say it, there are also several chapters that are viewed through the eyes of other people. Jamie Wolf, for example, the coordinator, and there is even one special chapter where we meet two buddies named Quintus and Hansa. Altogether, we only get very few informations about the Dragoons themselves. We will witness the first instances of clan weirdness in a BattleTech novel, but there are not really that many clues about their origins or their internal workings of the Dragoons. We're always restricted to a somehow outside view of the organization, simply because we follow Minobu Tetsuhara so much. So it shouldn't be surprising that we learn far more about the inner workings and the culture of the Draconis Combine. If you want to learn about the dragon and his empire, I really have to say read this book, because it gives you a great foundation about the culture that permeates under the rule of a coordinator. The book itself is very well written, and it's often called the best BattleTech novel, an assessment I will not disagree with. It's really an exciting read, captivating, and it's kept me going through it because you really want to know how all the things unfold, even if you're aware with the lore and the actions and the outcomes. The plot itself is okay, but that's not really what makes the book shine. The main strength are the characters. Every single character you will encounter is fleshed out and understandable. You see their actions and you get to know what are the motivations behind them. It's not always noble or good motivations, by no means, but it's always believable motivations, no matter how petty and stupid they are. But you understand them and you can follow them. And that makes it a really, really good story. However, as good as it is, if you're only interested in following the timeline and the historical events, this is not a required read. It's more a supplemental novel that gives you behind the scenes information, that gives you more insight into the culture, but it's not really driving the meta plot forward, although it puts a few things into context. Who should read this book? First, if you want to have any background information about the Draconis Combine, this book is a must. Also, even if you only get a little, if you want to get a complete overview over the Wolves Dragoons, you also will not be able to pass the book. And certainly, if you're just looking to have a great and exciting read, then you also have to read it, because it's really a great and captivating story, and I highly recommend it.